And we welcome you inside the swamp on a rather muggy Halloween night. Happy Halloween, everybody. Florida Gators hope it's a happy Halloween, back at home and back in action for the first time in 3 weeks. They take on the Missouri Tigers, coming off 2 large victories in a row. And for the Florida Gators, it's the first time they've been on the gridiron in 3 weeks. As if that's not unusual enough. You take a look at the timeline, you got to go back to the last game on October the 10th, a heartbreaking loss at Kyle Field in College Station, Texas. Then the news got worse. Multiple COVID tests would pause football activities. Games had to be rescheduled. Dan Mullen, the head coach, testing positive as well. And that would mean they'd go 2 weeks without football activities in Gainesville.
Head coach Dan Mullen tells me the game plan has been adjusted based on personnel as well as handling endurance limitations after 2 weeks of no practice.
Taylor, that is great stuff, but it is bad news for Florida fans. That is a defense beleaguered, surrendering 33 points a game already. We'll see how they come out with a number of changes. And coming off a 37-carry performance in the win over Kentucky. Bazelak with a clean pocket on first down, delivers a strike, but 3 new starters this week for Mizzou. On second down, it's Roundtree trying to push the pile. An audible from the freshman Bazelak. Gators rush forward. Bazelak going deep near sideline and just out of the outstretched arms.
Last week going 8 for 9 on third down versus Kentucky.
Gators averaging 42 points per game. Trask on second down. From the pocket, wide open target at the 30. That's Davis out of the backfield. Made the difference in the A&M game. Trask backpedaling, fires a strike on target for 84. Trask on first down. Little screen set up in heavy traffic. Plays with a chip on his shoulder. Not highly recruited, but playing like an All-American. Schools on third down. From the pocket, Trask lasers one complete.
Him distribute the football.
On 4th and 4, quick slant, and there's the completion of Kyle Pitts. Trask methodical on this first drive, and that one was enhanced their reputation with a good performance tonight. Trask looking end zone. Everybody covered, now throws of this opening drive. Trask looking left, end zone, and deflected. First career field goal attempt for the junior Chris Howard. Again, no Evan McPherson available tonight, and the kick is good. Confidence builder for that young man, and an impressive opening drive for the Gators, who lead it 3-0.
This week against Kentucky.
They go to the air on first down and hit the reliable Jalen Knox. Little razzle-dazzle reverse play. It's Knox, and Knox has some room down the sideline, past the 40, into plus territory and out of bounds.
They love using in the gadget package to pick up a huge gain.
32 yards. A lot of trick plays.
Going to not be stagnant. We're going to go for your throat early in the game.
On 2nd and 5, a Roundtree.
These running backs don't. They die out, not layering.
They fake the reverse and hit the back.
Enough for the first down.
Continue to go tempo. Hand off Roundtree on first down.
Stay pass rusher on third in predictable passing situations.
6th play of the drive. Roundtree with a head of steam. Tyler Beatty in the game now. On the left of Bazelak, who cocks and fires, completes it.
Tackle Dylan Spencer. A couple backups playing, taking pressure off that O-line.
Eli Drinkwitz, who calls all the plays as the head coach and the offense. 3rd down and 5. Bazelak. Pocket collapses, rolls out, and throws a one-hopper incomplete. His coach calls him Janikowski because of his stature, and that one is wide right for the kicker, Harrison Mevis. Consecutive games, he has been nearly flawless this year. The one interception, Gator fans will tell you, actually hit the ground, so you can't play more flawless so far, and he's going back to his top target, over the shoulder catch by Kyle Pitts. On play action, Trask with time, dumps it down low to the back, Pierce. Pierce with a little wiggle, Pierce breaks a tackle, cutting back at the 20, and dragging defenders past the 15.
By Trask.
Trask again, and on 2nd and 10, Trask flushed out, goes end zone, double coverage. a big play on 3rd down and 10. And Trask stumbles and now will be lassoed down to the 15.
2 for 2 now in the red zone stop-wise for this Missouri defense.
Howard hit his first career field goal attempt, this one from 32, and it is also true. So 2 for 2 for the backup kicker, forced into starting duty tonight. And the Gators lead it 6-0. They're on pace to get well more than that, maybe 7 in the first half. First down run. Blue helmets. I like the look, pretty sharp. Trask has been sharp so far and completes that dime for a first down. Coach, that is for sure. Trask, not the most mobile.
Get some other ways to run the ball.
And on that point, Anthony Richardson, number 2 on the depth chart tonight. And the true freshman out of Gainesville. Blitz coming from Mizzou. Trask hit as he throws, and that it's going to be picked up at the 40. That's Jarvis Ware streaking down the sideline. Ware with a convoy breaks a tackle, spins, and he's in the end zone. A touchdown for Mizzou. Combining for 1 for 11 on 3rd down. As Coach Chiswick mentioned, the Gators settling for 2 field goals.
Besides the big throw over the top that Jalen Knox caught, they've been sharp.
Pass underneath, and a rare 3rd down conversion for Mizzou tonight. Again, a little more razzle-dazzle, reverse. Chisholm running for his life and going backwards. Gators snuffed that one out, Brenton Cox.
They're on 1st down.
So much expectation for Cox coming out of high school. Now Roundtree is going to be stopped for a loss. Give Connor some time on 3rd and 28. They'll play a conservative little pass underneath, breaking tackles, and finally,
the only thing that's haunted them.
Gators do have a timeout left. Trask shows and then fires in the flat far side. This is Tony. I certainly would agree with that. This does not look like the Florida team that we saw the first 3 weeks of the season, as that one was.
And otherwise, you're up 6-0.
On 2nd down, Trask got to tuck it and run.
He can when they take everything away.
Gators are 0 for 6 on 3rd down. Make it 1 for 7. That ball right on the money, and dragging tacklers all the way to the 24-yard line is Jacob Copeland. This is Davis.
Guarantee you Trask is cognizant of that.
Pitch, 3 grabs on 5 targets so far. Little tunnel screen here set up for Tony. Tony so electric, still on his feet. Kadarius Toney, how do you do it? Might be the shiftiest player in college football. Kadarius Toney on the score.
Remind Florida fans of a smaller guy in stature, Percy Harvin. The jitterbug, 1 missed tackle on the jailbreak screen. Nick Bolton misses a tackle. He never does that. 3 missed tackles. And Dan Mullen talked about it this week. They call it their get-it-to-ems, their touch chart. No matter what the progression, no matter what the play is, we are throwing the ball to Kadarius Toney, and I think he's one of the most improved players overall in this whole conference this year.
That was all number 1. This play didn't look like it had a whole lot going for it from the start, but Kadarius Toney makes a lot of people look silly.
Just a simple jailbreak screen, and you're exactly right, Mike. This is nothing more than having the right Jimmys and Joes. Should have been a face mask there. His helmet's coming off. Everything's falling apart except for his composure.
With time. With 1:21 to go, first half. Will try and run it. Ball on the ground, who's got it? There is a pile at the 30, and Florida says they have it, they do.
Well, Connor Bazelak and Tyler Beatty are not on the same page, and it's all because of Zachary Carter, number 17 right there. He's going to get and should get credit for the disruption of the play. See Zachary Carter right here. That forces Tyler Bazelak at the last second to think about pulling the ball, and you can't do that to your running back.
Gators in business at the Mizzou 30. Trask in the pocket. Wide open, touchdown, Toney!
Contrast to Kadarius Toney. Touchdown, Gator.
Back-to-back touchdowns for Kadarius Toney. That one from 30 yards out.
And then move the chains and try to get into 2-minute mode from there.
Bazelak deep down the sideline. Again, a lot of contact and no flag.
And try to play the ball.
And a lot of backups in that secondary in tonight's game for Florida. And that time, Bazelak right on the money.
After further review, the pass is incomplete.
Yep. On third down. There go, a little screen play to Roundtree. Split twins for Kyle Trask on first down. Unloads. Second down. Heavy pressure for Trask, and he throws it high. Pearson was a guy they felt confident could hit it from 60. Hole up the middle and run down. Trask steps up, launches toward Pitts, double teamed and knocked away. Fun play, and the final play, we can safely say, of half number one. A little bit of a skirmish near the line of scrimmage, and everybody gets in there and says, come on now. Well, we got some tempers flaring over there. I believe that was Coach Mullen, and now this is starting to get a little bit out of hand.
Yeah, Florida needs to get out of here. They got a big game next week against Georgia, and I think that's what Dan Mullen was trying to do, is prevent any one of his players from doing something stupid. This is getting ugly. There's punches being thrown.
Yeah, that's getting beyond ugly. That's another one thrown.
Zachary Carter in there for Florida.
Oh,
this is getting bad. I mean, there's going to be some severe ejections. This is absolutely the last thing that Dan Mullen wanted for his ball club going into the cocktail party next week.
And they are having a whole lot of problems trying to break this up. And something happened after that play that incited Dan Mullen and the Gator squad. And I believe Kyle Trask might have taken a shot late, and that, I mean, you don't see Dan Mullen with that look very often. He was absolutely irate.
I thought he was running out there because he was trying to break up his players from doing something dumb. Didn't want him to get a cheap ejection and be out the first half, but I think you're right, Mike. I think somebody took a hit on Trask. His offensive linemen were trying to defend him, and by the time Dan Mullen got out there, it was a little too late. There's a lot to unfold here, and I think the SEC office in Birmingham is probably going to be up late.
It was going to be just kind of a ho-hum final play of the half, and next thing you know, it got ugly in a hurry. And no doubt video of this will be looked at. Could have some suspended players in time. This is Trask on the pass. And oh my. That is Trajan Jeffcoat on the shot.
Now you got Dan Mullen and Eli Drinkwitz going at it.
Well, I mean, these are two head coaches I can promise you will not back down. Now, that's a good sign. I like to see that. Little handshake, little discussion. Going to talk things over with referee David Smith. The thing is, how, if you're the officiating crew, how are you going to
weed through this?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, how are you going to figure out all the extracurricular activity? Who threw a punch?
There were a lot of them.
And who's going to be out for the second half of this game at bare minimum?
Well, I can tell you one of them is going to be Zachary Carter. He was one for Florida that I saw throwing several punches. And there were guys from Missouri throwing several punches as well. I just couldn't decipher through the numbers of who they were and who it was. But whenever we get a chance, obviously we'll show the replay of the hit that kind of sparked all of this. And, you know, Mike, On first sight of the hit, I didn't think it was necessarily dirty. Again, on first glance, and we'll take a peek at it here and again in a second, but that is absolutely what Florida and the offensive line were all upset about.
A lot to sort out when we get ready for the second half. The studio is going to sort out a busy day of SEC football.
How about Dan Mullen as he walks off the field, riling up the crowd at home? All right, we can update here. They have assigned an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty to every player on both teams. Well, oh my goodness.
They're going to be reviewing this tape.
You see the punching. I mean, this is a heavyweight bout here that's breaking out at the
I don't know if they realize they have helmets on, though. I don't know if that's the smartest thing.
Never understood that.
Kind of a meaningless Hail Mary at the end of the half was going to send everybody to the locker room and get everybody ready for the second half, and that's when all kinds of fireworks broke out here in Gainesville. What appeared to be a late hit on Kyle Trask by Trajan Jeffcoat ignited Dan Mullen and the Gators sideline. There's the hit, and then the fallout afterward. Dan Mullen made a beeline right for the referee, David Smith, obviously wanting a penalty, and then players started barking, and then punches were thrown. 3 players had been ejected, and that's just for now. Of course, this will all be reviewed in Birmingham by the SEC offices, but the kind of thing you hate to see, Hudson Mason, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, let's start with the hit because, you know, that's what started this. Obviously, Dan Mullen going out there opened the floodgates, and there may be some repercussions coming for him as well. But the winner in all of this is Georgia, because Georgia plays next week against Florida, and there's going to be multiple suspensions, and then Georgia plays Missouri in a couple weeks. I didn't think the hit was dirty. I thought it warranted an ejection and a 15-yard penalty, but I didn't think it was dirty.
Well, for more on what the penalty spells and what the aftermath equates to, let's check in with Taylor Davis.
Well, guys, quite an exciting end to that one. I've been running all around during halftime trying to get quotes from both coaches. Dan Mullen, of course, animated. He said he heard that there had been a, quote, cheap shot on his quarterback, Kyle Trask. So he went out onto the field to look into it. He said from there, mayhem broke out. He was just trying to get his guys off the field. He said, we have far too much to be playing for, to be partaking in situations like that.
Speed on everything that just happened, and we'll tell you who the ejections are again in just a moment as Kyle Pitts.
Outside of the pick 6 for the Missouri Tigers, they haven't been much for them at all.
3 ejections to tell you about, and 2 of them are starters. Trey Williams, a starting defensive lineman, basically the best pass rusher for Mizzou. Zachary Carter, defensive lineman for Florida. Antoine Powell is a reserve linebacker, but Williams and Carter certainly will be missed, not only for the rest of this game, but who knows what the future holds. Look at Kyle Trask showing a little bit of speed into plus territory and inside the 40-yard line. Out of the shotgun here, Trask on 1st and 10. They'll go back to the ground. Clean that up. It was Jeffcoat on the hit. And that is the play that did not draw a penalty. It's out for tonight's game. Trask rolling out. Everybody covered, and he'll have to just absorb another hit. And instead it's going to be Trask. And look at Kyle Trask, fleet of foot. Who is this guy? Tony trying to get to the edge. Foot race, 10-5, tight ropes the sideline. Touchdown! The hat trick for Kadarius Toney.
Kadarius Toney touch chart. Get it to him as much as you can. Speed sweep. This time they get a hat on a hat. They block Nick Bolton. Great perimeter blocking again by Pierce. Does he step out?
Wow.
Looks like he tiptoes right there on the sideline and gets in for his 3rd touchdown. Question is, did that right foot? I don't think it did, Mike. I think he kept the right and left foot in.
I think he somehow
half football player, half ballerina.
Yeah, that was a move that a ballerina would be proud of. And this is a game Kadarius Toney has been proud of. 3 touchdowns for the senior out of Mobile, Alabama.
Grantham's pass rush because a lot of predictable passing situations, these defensive ends are going to tee off and come after them.
Have more out than available. Definitely another hit.
But it rains it. On third down, again Missouri stifled by this suffocating Gator defense. Coming in is Kyrie Campbell, and what a welcome sight that is to Gator fans. He has missed the last 3 games. The senior is one of their top defensive tackles.
He's their best leverage guy, and he really completes this defense. Doesn't even get touched there by Spencer at left tackle.
Issues that plagued them for the first 3 games of the year has been awfully salty tonight, and it will continue here with a sack. T.J. Slayton. Defense has a chance to sub at least when the offense makes a sub. Throw out in the flat. Pressure from Missouri, just 1 for 9 on third down. Bazelak again, heavy pressure, and goes down for another sack. Jeremiah Moon.
Philosophy hasn't changed. He didn't change it. They just got a little bit more healthy, and they're getting better in one-on-one pass rushing situations.
Oh my goodness, Kadarius Toney, this is not even fair. It looked like a loss, and then turned out to be a gain of 9. Back to the ground, Naquan Wright. And Wright finding Missouri playing shorthanded. Trey Williams, starting defensive end, got ejected. He's been battling a foot injury. Pitts has. Going to be able to push its weight. And fumble. Forced fumble by Martez Manuel. Looks like Florida got it back in Gainesville. Trask looking. And goes underneath. There's Kyle Pitts, and Pitts will have a first down.
Imposing their will, imposing their will.
Gators going heavy. Little end around. Getting to the edge, getting to the 5. First and goal from the 1. Right. Trying to find a crease on the left side, can't do it.
We're looking for a middle linebacker in modern college football.
Play action, and there is another touchdown pass. This time it goes to Justin Shorter, sophomore wideout from Monmouth, New Jersey. Danny was not fleet of foot. And I wouldn't say that Danny had the little Tom Petty, I won't back down. Tom Petty, a Gainesville native. A lot of people were wondering if this Gator defense.
4 minutes left, the missed fumble between Beatty and Bazelak.
And again,
and third down in the passing game.
Hazelback, Coxon fires deep down the sideline. Great defensive play.
That are playing tonight, but reps are the ultimate teacher.
Flair shut down tonight. Underneath, complete, and first down yardage.
Drops, and they had a big drop in the first half, and they got so far behind that the game became disproportionate.
With time. Misses that one complete.
And wide open tonight.
Roundtree. He's been kept in check.
To shut that down quickly.
Ran the ball 62 times against Kentucky. They've got 32 rushing yards. Third down here. On play action. Bazelak knocked away.
Yeah.
Certainly caught off guard by that move. Really dominated this game. Late second quarter on. Darius Toney with 3 touchdowns. And Trask. They'll be out against Georgia for both of these teams.
That hurts Florida.
We don't know how many of those bodies will be back in that secondary. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. For years. Trask launching, completes it at the 35, and banged down is Jacob Copeland after a big one. You see that so much in today's college football. Trask, a little in cut, and finding his way to the end zone. It's a touchdown for Grimes. Simple route, but the yards after catch continues to be lethal for the Gators tonight.
Well, that's where this offense really thrives. This wide receiver group for the Gators, they average the most yards after contact of throws that are 10 yards or less, and that's exactly what that one was right there for Trayvon Grimes. That gets him his second touchdown catch of the season.
And that is a new SEC record. Kyle Trask with his 4th touchdown pass of the night. That makes it 18 in the first 4 games. Questions about how Florida would look after a 3-week layoff, which included 13 days without any. I think the bigger story is what the defense has been able to do against a Missouri offense that
A little bit said, we're just going to line up and try to execute what we know.
and not a ton of blitzing, as much schematic as it was overall execution. And
When he has a premier pass rusher that can get after the quarterback.
go empty. Complete the dude tonight. It is a far cry from what it looked like in the first 3 ball games.
Defense would see next week against Georgia. Obviously, Georgia's run game is better than this, but how teams want to win it stylistically, and they're just trying not to give up the big touchdown. So there's a lot of garbage statistics.
Yeah,
that's really where Todd Grantham was trying to hone in on and get that fixed.
Sacks, turnovers, and as he told us, it's not the Gator defense that we've been accustomed to seeing the last couple of years here in Gainesville. Hit from the backside was Basil.
It's amazing how that's unfolded. Georgia looked really good early on. Florida didn't look so good, but the East is going to run through the cocktail party again. 28 points if they have to get into a shootout.
Second effort, Roundtree, who's got a nose for the end zone, and he finds it here. Larry Roundtree with his 4th touchdown scamper of the season.
Said a game changer and a great leader. Guys, he's on pace to do just that.
No question about it. And a guy who continues to put his name in the record books. So when you put your starting.
Yeah, the story about how a Florida assistant coach, Randy Shannon, linebacker coach at the time, hiatus, he's veteran, he's seasoned, and he's come off the bench when he hasn't played a lot before in his career.
Just Aggies maybe having the old outside shot getting into play. There's a tough snap. Jones can't handle it, and a turnover to Missouri.
Can't stand at the end of the game losing any yardage or turning the ball over late.
Missouri certainly not going to pass up an opportunity. Again, the Aggies probably won't be in Atlanta. But it wouldn't be the first time that a team.
Top 5 team since he's been at Texas A&M.
Basilak loses the handle and scooped up by the Gators. Jalen Lee forcing the fumble.
Recovered by Florida, first down Florida.
And Wilcoxon on the recovery. Florida came in dropping 4 out of the last 7 to Mizzou. Nobody thought this game would be easy. It did not start off well for the Gators. A pick 6, a couple of drives that stalled that could have ended in touchdowns, ended in field goals. But when they needed to turn it on, the combination of Kyle Trask, Kyle Pitts, and Kadarius Toney. 3 touchdowns for Toney, 4 for Trask, and Dan Mullen and company will gladly take home a win and get ready for what becomes one of the biggest games of the year in the Southeastern Conference. Florida, Georgia, next Saturday in Jacksonville.
The East runs through the cocktail party yet
Yes,
again, my
indeed.
friend.
Both head coaches very spirited at halftime, and no doubt there'll be some more fallout from what happened with a fight at the end of the first half. And we'll see what that'll spell in terms of who is going to be suspended for the game next week against Georgia. 41-17, the final score. The Gators defeat Mizzou. Kyle Trask, outstanding tonight with 4 touchdown passes, and Florida improves with the victory. Once again, for Taylor Davis, Hudson Mason, our entire SEC Network crew, Mike Morgan saying good night from Gainesville.